Over 2,500 years ago, in a land where the sun kissed the earth with its golden light, a dream of great significance was born, one that would forever alter the course of human history. A queen, lying asleep in her royal chambers, was visited by a vision unlike any other. A white elephant with 6 gleaming tusks descended from the heavens and entered her womb. A divine omen. A child destined for greatness. A child who would either become the mightiest of kings or a spiritual leader whose wisdom would echo through the ages. This is the story of Siddhartha Gautama, the man who would awaken to become the Buddha. Queen Maya, heavy with the divine child, traveled to her ancestral home. It was there, under the shade of a sacred tree, that she gave birth to a son. But this wasn't just any birth. This child, the future prince, emerged from his mother's side, taking 7 steps forward on the earth. And with each step, flowers bloomed beneath his feet, and he declared with a voice like thunder, "I am the foremost in the world. This is my final birth." The world, it seemed, would never be the same. Raised in unimaginable luxury, Siddhartha's world was one of endless pleasure and beauty. His father, King Siddhartha, spared no expense, building 3 magnificent palaces for the 3 seasons, each more opulent than the last. In these palaces, Siddhartha never saw suffering. He never saw sickness. He never saw death. His world was untouched by pain. Yet, within him stirred a quiet disquiet, a longing for something beyond the fleeting pleasures of the senses. One fateful day, Siddhartha ventured outside the palace walls, his curiosity pulling him like a river toward its source. What he saw shattered the illusions of his sheltered life. He saw an old man, his face etched with the lines of time. He saw a sick man, racked with pain. He saw a dead man, lifeless and cold. And then a serene ascetic, sitting still, untouched by the world's suffering. "What is this?" Siddhartha asked. His charioteer replied, "These are the realities of life, my prince. This is the path all must walk." In that moment, Siddhartha's heart was torn open. He realized the truth: life was filled with suffering. And yet, he believed there must be a way to transcend it. That night, in the silence of the palace, he made a choice that would change everything. He would leave it all behind. His throne, his title, his wife, his son. He would search for the truth. Siddhartha's quest took him deep into the wilderness, seeking out the greatest minds of his time. First, he found Kalama, a master of meditation who taught him how to enter deep states of concentration. Siddhartha ascended to heights of spiritual ecstasy, but still the ultimate truth remained elusive. Next, he sought Ramaputta, a teacher of even greater renown, who offered Siddhartha higher levels of meditation. Yet still, the answers he sought were just out of reach. Siddhartha understood now. Knowledge, no matter how profound, was not enough. He must discover the truth within himself. Turning to extreme asceticism, Siddhartha believed that by starving his body, he could purify his soul. For 6 long years, he pushed his body to its limits. Each day, he ate less and less. His body became a mere skeleton, veins protruding from his skin, eyes hollow with exhaustion. In his emptiness, he thought, maybe this is the way. Perhaps suffering is the path to awakening. But one fateful day, as he lay in the dirt, on the verge of collapse, a simple realization dawned upon him. This isn't the way. Strength, not suffering, would lead him to the truth. He accepted a bowl of rice from a humble village girl, and in that simple act, he knew the middle way, the path between self-indulgence and self-mortification, was the true path. With renewed strength, Siddhartha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, vowing not to rise until he had attained enlightenment. And so he sat motionless, unwavering, as the world spun around him. But Mara, the demon of desire, would not let him go so easily. He summoned fierce storms, sent armies of demons, and even summoned beautiful temptations to lure Siddhartha from his path. The air grew thick with fear and doubt, but Siddhartha remained still. With one outstretched hand, he touched the earth, calling upon it as his witness. The earth trembled in response, and Mara's forces were scattered. The moment had come. And then, at the moment when the first rays of dawn kissed the earth, Siddhartha's mind opened, like a lotus blossoming in the sunlight. He saw the true nature of life. He understood suffering, its causes, and the way to end it. He realized the path to liberation, the path of wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. At that moment, Siddhartha became the Buddha, the awakened one. He had found the truth that had eluded him for so long. The world would never be the same again. For the rest of his life, the Buddha walked the earth, sharing his wisdom with those who sought the way to freedom. He taught that the path to enlightenment lies not in extremes but in balance. And so, his journey reminds us all that the answers we seek are not outside of us. They lie within. If the story inspired you, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, may you find your own path to awakening.